Hello car lovers, driving the 2024 Volvo XC40 Recharge, a subcompact electric crossover luxury. What to say about this vehicle? First, an overview. The 2024 Volvo XC40 Recharge is a subcompact luxury crossover, the ideal size of an electric vehicle. A lot of my camera footage is not available due to a technical error, so I'll review the specs quickly. The vehicle starts at $63,000 in Canada, and this ultimate version goes for $80,000 Canadian. The base model offers 472 kilometers of range and a 7.3 second 0 to 60. It has 19-inch wheels and is rear-wheel drive, though you can get the all-wheel drive and a stronger output for $3,500. You get, however, 409 kilometers of range and a significant performance bump of a 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. 248 horsepower and 402 horsepower are the specs. XC40 Recharge gets the full $5,000 federal credit at the dealer and the more complicated mail-in $7,000 from Quebec. I have applied for the Quebec credit. I can tell you it is an onerous experience compared to the federal program. Our tester, the Ultimate, comes with all the options. As far as intangibles go, Volvo scores big. Quiet ride on the highway, excellent seats, which are Ross's favorite by the way, good power, and a decently upscale interior with driving aids, security features, big sound, and as with almost all EVs, this weighs over 4,000 pounds. 20-inch wheels look good, though they don't help with range. The battery is an 82 kilowatt hour for the rear wheel drive, and the 200 kilowatt hour level 3 charging means 10 to 80% in 30 minutes in optimal conditions that never exist. Awkwardly, the all-wheel drive gets the 78 kilowatt hour battery and 150 kilowatt level 3 charging only, which produces the same charging time from 10 to 80%. Interesting note, the increase in range of the all-wheel drive versus last year stems from a more efficient powertrain. The battery is unchanged. EV range is often optimistic. You have to calculate a 10% penalty of range off the bat and expect 30 to 50% decrease in range based on our Canadian winters. As with all EVs, the best ownership experience requires a level 2 charger at your home, and ideally, if you're a couple, the best combo is having one gas-powered vehicle and one EV vehicle. The exterior styling for me is a draw, nice paint job, nice shape. Shape translates well on the inside. Here we have plenty of room sitting high up above all the other non-crossover cars. Good seat room in back, good trunk room. From a functionality point of view, XC40 checks all the boxes. What else to say about this vehicle? Well, the one we're driving right now is the twin engine. It's $78,000. It barely does 400 kilometers of range. It sounds pricey to me, just based on that spec sheet. However, you do have a small but decent infotainment, a kind of like not too contrasty digital dash. You have a leather steering wheel, but the leather does feel of, let's just call it durable quality, to be polite. Here, cheap soft materials everywhere. We have piano black here, piano black on the horizontal surface here, which is in 2024 is completely unacceptable for vehicles costing over $30,000. Harnum Kardon sound system, which is really nice, really comfortable high-level seats. These are great seats. I would never get bored of sitting in a Volvo seat, and I don't think you will either. Really good for the daily grind. It's got a ton of power, so you don't have to worry about that. It is heavy, and it is the classic electric vehicle experience. I own a Tesla Model 3, so in terms of just the accelerator, getting off the gas, it is very similar in terms of that experience, that driving experience. The control weights have been set up very good in terms of the daily grind. I have no complaints on that level. I would only say perhaps, and this is the same for all its competitors, I think, with the exception of Tesla, I find the price is a bit high. That's number one. Number two, I can't stand those low profile tires, especially when you're driving in the Montreal Trail. It just sucks. And it gives you the ride that's a little harder than it should be. It's one of the reasons why I didn't buy the Volvo product. I thought the ride was just a little bit too hard. I understand that there are car reviewers who if we were to listen to car reviewers who represent about 0.5% of the population, all the vehicles would have a very sporty driving experience, would have low profile tires, and they would corner like crazy. And I have to say, if I'm going to represent the casual viewer, no one gives a shit. All right, no one cares. All right, and in fact, as time has gone on, I've stopped listening to those reviewers. They don't give me any useful information, or they're very condescending at the very least. Not here on Christopher Car Reviews. We think about the customer, right? That's what we're thinking about, the typical buyer of this vehicle. What is the typical buyer of this vehicle? I think you have to be middle class comfortable to buy this vehicle, and it says something about the EV experience. So if you don't own a home and you don't have a charging station at home, just forget it. What are you gonna do? Plug up on the electric circuit every night? Try to find a place close to your home that doesn't require walking? Get out of it. What are we doing? We buy cars for convenience. We buy cars because we want to be as far away as possible from the public transportation service, right? So we want things to be convenient. It's got to be plugged from home, all right? And during the winter, when there's a snowstorm, so for example, with my Tesla, for context, leaving home, Saint-Jérôme Beach, full of traffic on the way on the 15 because that's our road system, getting to work in the city, and then leaving the city, going home with a little bit of traffic and a bit of a snowstorm. I got home, I was at 99% when I left. I got home at 50%, 52%, all right? So you're gonna be charging this MF every night. When you don't charge it, it's gonna cost you 4 or 5% of electricity per day on standby. So this is the reality, all right? This is the reality. This is a second car, all right? And I keep saying it in every video. I've been saying it now for years because in case the casual viewer sees it, they had the right information. Okay, so final thoughts. It's a very good vehicle. The increase in range from 350 something to 400 about is welcome. I'd like to see 450, all right? And even at this price, 500. So to resume the Volvo XC40, I like the convenience. I like the interior space. I like the sound system. I like just this interior general quality is okay. If we were on a $50,000 car, on a $60,000 car, meh. At $78,000, I'm starting to like not feel my money. Another strength of Volvo is well, they're available, right? In terms of the EV market, from what I've been able to tell in the province of Quebec where I live, you have some Mustang Mach-E's selling for $88,000, which is a non-premium product. You have Volvo, which seems to have quite a few in stock, expertise, and they have them in stock, right? If I'm going to go to a store and you tell me I'm going to get it in 3 or 4 months, I'm going to call again. Yeah, it's in 2 more months. Yeah, I call again after 2 more months. Yeah, 1 more month. That's the 2021 buying experience, and it's simply unacceptable. So really, thumbs up to Volvo for having resolved their supply chain problems, right? Good for them. I'm very, so I have to recommend this vehicle, especially on the lease. On the purchase, well, electric vehicles, we never know. But they're one of the best, so we'll give them credit for that. And those are my thoughts on the XC40 Volvo Recharge. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course, you should subscribe. And that is it.